Hi. So with everything going on today, I wanted to just do a quick little round of tapping to just kind of be able to let go of some stress and some of the things that we are experiencing as we go through this whole crisis. I am a nurse. I am also a manager. I work at the hospital. There's a lot going on. And to say that I don't feel the stress of it would be, crazy. Because even though I'm not dealing with inpatient at this point, I still am dealing with a high risk population and I'm trying to keep my whole team quiet. And so tapping is one of those things that's really effective for being able to help just bring down the anxiety, bring down the stress, and just allow yourself to be able to kind of come back to your baseline. For those of you who are not familiar with how tapping works, it simply accesses the energy points. So just like we have blood circulating through our body, we also have energy circulating through our body. By tapping on these acupressure points, what it does is it just clears any blocks that may be getting in the way that's then causing you to hold on to stress or anxiety or whatever it is. You can use tapping literally for anything. I'm just going to do some rounds related to the stress of everything going on right now with this whole coronavirus. Feel free to just go ahead and tap along with me. And I'll just kind of walk you through it. Again, as you practice it, you can use it for anything. You can use your words. You don't need to use my words, but you can also use my words. Just repeat after me. So we start with what's called a setup statement. And what you want to do is just look for those tender spots. So if you just kind of put your fingers right here, and you can feel like as you press in, there's, the tender spots. Just going to rub in circles in those tender spots. And we're going to repeat this 3 times. This stress that I am experiencing with this coronavirus, more meetings, more phone calls, busier at work, more time that I'm filling in as a nurse and still with my administrative stuff I need to do. I'm just feeling all this stress. It's just coming at me all at once, and I feel like I'm being pulled into too many different directions. This stress related to the panic that's out there. So many people that are in this energy of just, and I can just feel that energy. I'm sensitive to that energy, this stress that I can just feel with all that energy. This stress related to this pandemic and the fact that this is nationwide and so many people are being affected. And it's hard not to take that in personally and to be able to just feel that. Okay, now a nice deep cleansing breath. And another cleansing breath. Now what we're going to do is we're simply going to tap on what I call the karate chop points. And all we're going to do is identify the stress. This stress related to this pandemic. This stress related to the virus. This stress related to the pandemic and the virus. I'm feeling so much stress. It's overwhelming at times. It just feels like things are out of control. So many people are in a panic. There's so much stress and tension out there. Just feeling that stress. And again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start on the karate chop points, and then we're going to go through all the tapping sites. We're going to do this 3 times, and then we're going to take cleansing breaths again. This stress with the pandemic. This stress with the virus. This stress with this COVID-19. This stress. All this anxiety. All this stress. All this anxiety. All this stress and anxiety, just feeling the stress, so much panic, so much anxiety, just feeling that energy, knowing that energy, not wanting that energy, all this stress, all this anxiety, just feeling all this stress and anxiety. All this stress, feeling all this stress, all this anxiety, all this stress and anxiety, so much stress, so much panic, so much anxiety. I can't control it. It's out of my control. And yet I feel all this stress, all this panic, all this anxiety, feeling all this stress, feeling all this tension, feeling all this heightened energy, feeling people's panic, feeling their tension, feeling all of this tension and stress, feeling all this stress, all this anxiety, so much stress, so much anxiety. All right, so this time when we do this next round, I'm just going to bring a little bit more into it. So the first time it's just stating the issue. That's all you have to do. And you can use one word the whole time around. You could go stress, 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 stress. You can just go the whole sequence that way. This next time, just bringing in anything that you're feeling, anything that happens to be coming up for you as we go ahead and go through this. All this stress. Being in the management position that I'm in and trying to manage it, trying to keep people calm, feeling the anxiety, feeling the heightened energy, so much stress and tension in the media. Feels like they're just trying to pull me in. I don't want to get pulled in all this stress. I don't want this stress. I don't want this anxiety. I don't want this tension. I don't want it to be a part of me. All this stress, all this tension, all this anxiety, day in, day out, managing patient schedules, managing staff schedules, sick staff members, sick patients, doctors that are worried and panicked, trying to keep everyone calm, trying to keep everyone safe, trying to do the best that I can for our patients that need to see us, trying to just keep everything going, feeling the stress, feeling the anxiety, feeling the panic, knowing that the media is trying to keep everything going, wanting to avoid it but not being able to. All this stress, all this panic, all this anxiety, can just feel it so much all around me, and yet I want everything to be calm and zen, just feeling the stress and anxiety, but wanting everything to be calm and zen, just feeling it around me, trying not to take it in, and yet I can feel it no matter what, all this stress and anxiety. Now this next round, I'm going to start bringing in more of what I want. So I'm going to identify the stress and then I'm going to identify what I want. All this stress and anxiety. I just want peace and calm. All this stress and anxiety. I just want to feel like I'm grounded so that I'm not drawn into it. All this stress and anxiety. I just want to feel like I'm myself, in control, calm and relaxed. All this stress and anxiety. I just want to feel good every day, feeling that everything is going to be all right. All this stress and anxiety. I just want to know that I'm good with myself and that I'm strong and I'm in control. All this stress and anxiety. Just feeling myself come back to my baseline. All the stress and anxiety. Just feeling myself grounding, allowing myself to stay out of the fear. All the stress and anxiety. Allowing myself to stay out of the media. All the stress and anxiety. allowing myself to trust that my body has the ability to take care of me. All this stress and anxiety, trusting my higher powers, my higher inner self, and the magic of my body. All this stress and anxiety, believing that I am good within myself. All this stress and anxiety, knowing that I have all the resources within me to take care of me. All this stress and anxiety, feeling so much better now that I'm grounded. All this stress and anxiety, just letting it go. All this stress and anxiety, just letting it go. All this stress and anxiety, just letting it go. All this stress and anxiety, just letting it go. All this stress and anxiety, just letting it go. All this stress and anxiety, just letting it go. All this stress and anxiety, just letting it go. Just letting it go. Feeling it go. Feeling it gone. I love tapping because it's quick, doesn't take a lot of time. It's really effective. I feel so much better, and I hope that you do too. Thanks for joining me.